Someone, let's call this person A, is having some marital trouble. The marital trouble is actually coming from some habits that the person's spouse has. These habits have been part of the spouse for a very long time, long before they met each other and long before they decided that they wanted to get married. After marriage, for a while, it seemed as though the habits were gone. Then the habits resurfaced, leading to marital challenges. Does this sound familiar? I know it will, because this is the story of very many people. And let me share more common stories that we read about, that we see, that we hear about, that we experience. People, parents in particular, would marry off their child believing that the marriage, the demands of marriage, would bring out the best in their child. That negative habits and traits that they, the parents, had actually been unable to get the child to drop, would drop because the child is now married. People would think that once they get married, they would be able to be better people. Some get married hoping that after marriage, somehow their spouse would improve, their spouse would drop certain habits. Change is not that simple. A ceremony or the presence of a particular person in your life doesn't guarantee change. Let me share some other familiar scenarios. Again, let's call somebody A. Grew up in a troubled home and actually hopes that their marriage would bring about healing from the emotional and mental wounds that the troubles of their childhood have caused. Another person, B, has never really believed that marriages can be happy places, that marriages can be successful. But B hopes that by marrying someone, that person would restore their faith in marriage. The presence of a person in our lives, going through the motions of getting married, no matter how elaborate that marriage ceremony might be, does not guarantee that we will have relief or healing or improvement. Life always tests us. Every event in our life, big or small, is like a challenge, a question, a set of questions that life puts in front of you. Life is asking you or challenging you to think about this. How will you handle that? How will you respond to that? What can you learn from this? In what way can you grow from this? And so on. Marriage being part of life, something vital that we embark on as we journey through the space we call life, is just like another set of questions, another challenge that life presents to you. How well you handle these tests and questions that form the thing we call marriage depends on you and your spouse, not the world, not others, no matter how much they support your marriage, no matter how much they care about you. Others might contribute to making your life easier, to making your journey through marriage easier. But the ultimate decision, the ultimate deciding factor of how much joy can come out of your marriage will be what you and your spouse decide. Being married is something you do in the course of life. It's getting to face those questions and challenges with someone beside you. It's choosing who your study buddy would be. Remember how they would tell us that if you want to do well in a test, one thing you should try and do is get a reading partner, a studying partner. Getting married is like picking a studying partner. But we know that just having a study partner, no matter how brilliant or intelligent that person might be, does not guarantee that you will pass the test. You still have to do some work. You still have to work just as hard as your study buddy. In this case, you and your spouse are the main actors and you have to put in the work. It makes sense that when we are searching for a spouse, we focus on who the person will be, what traits they will have. Many people, when they reach that point in their lives where they are thinking about getting married, actually have a list of qualities they want in their spouse. If you don't already have one, this is a good time to draw up a list. What are the qualities that you seek in a spouse? If you've already found someone you would like to get married to, then your own question is, what are the qualities that you admire in this person that made you decide that this is the person you want to marry or you want to seriously consider marrying? Let's take a step further along this path of seeking the spouse we want. Look at your list, those qualities you've listed. Which of those qualities do you possess? Yes, you've written them down, you want them in this person you want to get married to, but do you possess any of these qualities? What qualities do you have that will actually help this person maintain those qualities that you've listed? What qualities do you have that you know a person who possesses these qualities on your list will not be happy about, will not want or admire? And what qualities do you have that you know this kind of person would like or admire? What are we doing right now? We are turning the searchlight from the other person to yourself. Remember, just as you wish to marry a good person, good people want to marry good people too. You want a study partner who you can successfully approach tests with. People want to pass tests too. If you are not studying, you are not contributing to this buddy system, why would somebody want to partner with you? And when I talk about tests, I'm not referring to just marriage, but to life as a whole. Because marriage, in as much as it's a vital step in life, it's not the whole life. I'm married. I enjoy being married. I love my husband, but he is not my whole life. And my marriage is not my whole life. So when you're seeking a partner in marriage, it's not just about the marriage itself, but the entire journey that we call life that matters, that you should consider as well. It's therefore important that you turn that searchlight on yourself. Notice I say searchlight, not spotlight. Spotlight is like, notice me, I'm all that, a bag of chips and more. You are in the center of everything. No, searchlight is you're scanning yourself. What's working? What's not working? How am I as a person?